The P-I-N-K Show. Hey, girl Pinky, P-I-N-K-Y, and I'm so fly. And today, Pink Panthers, we're going to talk about Summer House Season 9, Episodes 9 through 12. Now, I was going to give you guys episodes 9 to 10 like 2 weeks ago, but it was just bad. So I'm like, nah, let me just go ahead and just give you guys episodes 9 through 12, and plus episode 13. This week is going to be episode 14. So, I think they're about to wrap up this season. So I think the season finale is probably going to be episode 15. So the next few episodes, I'm just going to do those videos together. And then I'm going to do the reunions separate. So yeah. Before I start this video, make sure you drop it like it's hot on the like button. Make sure you get low in the comment section. Make sure you on the subscribe button and turn your post notification bell so you can know when my next video is going to be here, okay? You guys, it's very important that you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe because I am a small YouTuber / small content creator, and it's very important that you guys do those things so YouTube can push my videos into the algorithm and we can gain new Pink Panthers and new subscribers, new family members, you know. Make sure you tell your mama, your daddy friend, your mama friend, your brother, your sister, your uncle, your aunt, your cousins, your god siblings, your neighbor, your bully, your enemy, your teacher, your doctor. Tell everybody mama, okay? Because I'm not playing around with these videos. Okay? What's good? And if you guys don't do it, I'm going to crash out. Now, let's get into it. So, like I said, I'm going to talk about episodes 9 through 12, but I really want to get into 11 and 12 because I feel like out of 9 through 12, 11 and 12 was very juicy. And then plus, I want to talk to you guys about Paige when she was on Watch What Happens Live and Ciara when she was on Watch What Happens Live. So let's get to it. Now, episode 9. So, Paige and Lindsay are now close. Wes gives advice for Jesse and Lexi, meaning Jesse Paris. So basically, I guess before this weekend started, Lexi met Jesse's parents. And I guess, because the weekend, Wes rode with Jesse and Lexi. And they was just telling Wes about, her meeting the parents and stuff like that. And he gave them advice, pretty much saying, don't do it. But it's too late because they already done it. So, yeah. Anyway, so Amanda and Kyle, they had fun in Italy, so they're back this weekend. Jesse had his Shabbat dinner. Gabby wasn't on this episode. She was working, so she didn't come that weekend. You had boys talk and girls talk. When the girls was talking outside, Lexi was pretty much saying that she got the interpretation that Jesse and Ciara's friendship was like brother and sister. I don't know where she got that thing from, and I don't know who told her that. But girl, if you was there the weekend that you wasn't there, they was not giving brother and sister behavior. They was giving, I'm gonna F you by the end of the night. That's what they were giving. Anyway, then Carl had a date with Lil, but he says that he's gonna keep on dating other people, and they're still gonna remain friends. I told it, like I told y'all last video, Carl, she's not the one. She is not the one. Move on. She's a brunette. I feel like Carl is going to end up with a brunette. She's just not the brunette for you. So move on. Next, Lindsay doesn't like Will because she's still iffy about the timeline that her and Carl met and DM'd each other. Ciara's thinking about dating an athlete. She said not marriage, but like just dating wise. Paige still has second thoughts about Craig. Kyle is DJing in the Hamptons. Lindsay confronts Carl. Carl shows receipts, pretty much showing Lindsay like the timeline and saying that no, he wasn't cheating on her, yada yada yada. Lexi confronts Emerald, kinda. Remember, she's mad at him because of the whole toe sucking thing, like toe gate thing, like because Emerald like told one of the girls to like suck Jesse toe, and Jesse dumped himself later. Anyway, Carl had stuff on Lindsay. So after the whole Shabbat dinner, and Lindsay confronted Carl, and Carl like showed her the receipts and all that. Carl was basically telling Kyle that he feels like that Lindsay still has feelings for him. She hasn't really moved on. She lied and said that her mother never no, Lindsay lied and said that his mother never reached out to her, but Carl said his mother did reach out to her. And yeah, pretty much saying that Lindsay is pretty much keeping tabs on him still. And he probably like, girl, why you do that? Aren't you about to have somebody else's baby? Why are you worried about me still? But I don't know. And then Carl is crying because it's like the anniversary of his brother's death. And plus he's crying because, okay, so in season 5, Carl's brother passed away. And he died on on Lizzie's birthday. But I think he said technically he died like the day of, but he found out about his brother's death on Lizzie's birthday. So he feels like when it comes to his brother, like, you know, and then him and Lindsay are not friends anymore. So he was just very like sentimental and emotional about that. And then Carl and Ciara, they talked about all that. Jesse and Wes talked about Lexi. And Jesse and Paige talk about Lexi. And Ciara and Paige talk about Craig, her and Craig's future. Does she see herself living in Charleston? And how Paige is still upset about Craig, what he said about, you know, like Paige's work. And Paige was really anxious. I feel so bad for her because I just really feel like you still see her like being anxious and still being like over Craig. She just haven't finalized it. So that was very like sad. Okay, moving on to episode 10. Okay, episode 10. So Paige is still talking to Ciara, and she's basically saying how she manifested everything that she wants, but she still feels anxious. And Lindsay and Kyle, they celebrated their birthday. Jesse thinks that Lexi flirted with West, but she wasn't. So pretty much this was when they went to the club, and they didn't show us this, but basically Lexi and Jesse, you see them talking. And Lexi was, in her confessionals, Lexi was saying that Jesse, I guess, was mad at her because he said that she flirted with West. And she said she wasn't. She was trying to help him out because he was drunk. And I guess Jesse felt some type of way because he basically was saying like what you did with West is way worse. How he was saying, basically he was saying what you did with West was way worse what I did the weekend you was gone. Basically gaslighting her to make himself be like the victim and make it seem like she was really guilty. And she looked at him like, homeboy, please, I was helping your best friend out. Like, what are you talking about? And then in Jesse confessionals, he said he loved that Lexi was flirting with West. Because he feels like that since we all have kind of like a flirty relationship with each other, she shouldn't be upset if he comments under girls' pictures and flirts with Ciara. And I'm like, Jesse, I don't care if I'm dating somebody, talking to somebody. I wish they would flirt with somebody, one, while I'm there, and two, if I'm not there. I am going to confront you and feel some type of way. The only person you should be flirting with is me. Hello? Are you dumb? Are you dumb? What are you talking about? Anyway, like, it's just too much. Anyway, so then Paige hears Emerald join the Humpty Dumpty. Okay, so Ciara and Paige, this summer, they're sharing room with each other. But Paige left the room because she feels anxious. So she slept in Gabby's room. Because like I said, Gabby wasn't there that weekend. And I'm guessing while Paige is like trying to go to sleep, she hears Emerald doing the Humpty Dumpty with a girl. And keep in mind, she's upstairs. Emerald is downstairs. And she hears him doing the Humpty Dumpty. I would have been so mad. Imagine having an anxiety attack. And you're trying to go to sleep and you're hearing somebody downstairs doing a Humpty Dumpty. It's just kind of like, what do you do? It's, I don't know. If I was her, I would have either put on some music, but I guess she couldn't because one, they're filming her, but it's one of those where they have like a camera, like in their room. What do they call it? They call not a webcam. What do you call those cameras? Like the cameras is in like it's going on 24/7. Like the producers and stuff, they're not them like filming her like camera in front of her face, but they have like those cameras where it's on like all night. You guys know what I'm talking about. If y'all guys know the terminology, comment down below. But yeah, but basically, so I'm guessing she couldn't play music because, but then again she could because they could just edit it. I don't know, but she went to sleep, but yeah, that was low key. I would be like, what the fudge is going on? Okay, and then Colin West, they couldn't open a door, and Lindsay opened it. That was funny. Like I feel like you guys saw it was fun because like their front door is like broken. The front door is broke. So every time they open the door, it's like a struggle. So keep in mind, Kyle and Wes, they got home like 5 o'clock in the morning, and they're like banging on the door, and Wes is literally trying to like bust into the door, and Lindsay, keep in mind, she's upstairs and pregnant. She opened the door, and Wes was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much," and it was y'all had to see it. It was funny. Anyway, and Jesse is excited that Lexi and Wes flirted. And then Amanda she threw Lindsay a surprise birthday brunch. Paige confronts Emerald. Lindsay talks to Carl at the club. They show us a flashback where she basically was like, talking to him about his brother and all that. He wished her happy birthday. Carl and Ciara, they're going to Montauk. They're riding to Montauk together. Ciara confronts Emerald, the whole Humpty Dumpty situation. Ciara and Paige, they have another crying moment. Lexi's sister moves in with her mom, kind of. Jesse had a cancer event because he's working with American Cancer Society. Carl slept with someone. Yay! So if you guys remember the beginning of the season, I said that Carl shared that at the time, Lindsay was like the only person that he slept with, like the last person. She was the last person that he slept with. But I guess when him and Ciara went to Montauk, he slept with somebody. So he told Ciara that. Jesse checked Ciara about touching because, they were like playing around, laughing. She touched him and he confronted her. Amanda, Ciara, and Paige, they had lunch, had girl talk. And Craig and Paige, they talked about everything, and Ciara was telling them that she was offended that Jesse pretty much checked her. Okay, going back to when Ciara confronts Emerald. So basically, so Ciara was confronting Emerald, basically saying that you need to have respect for people in this house. Yes, you're single. Yes, you can bring girls, whatever. But it's to the point where if people can hear you guys doing the Humpty Dumpty, that's a problem. And you can tell Emerald felt some type of way about it. I mean, if I was him, I would feel some type of way about it too. But I feel like also Emerald, I feel like I really have no opinion on Emerald. I feel like he's doing what he's supposed to do. Like, he's single. You can do whatever you want to do. But I feel like that's the only time we see him. Like, we really don't see him connect with anybody or, like, show his true personality. The only time we see him is if he brings girls home and they're doing the Humpty Dumpty. Like, it's kind of like, get to know people around, like, and keep in mind, when she confronted him, she did it in front of Carl, Kyle, and Jesse. They were all outside. And Emerald was like, "Oh, well, does anybody else feel that way?" And Ciara was like, "No, I'm the only. I'm the only. They don't feel. They don't have an opinion on this. I'm just the only one saying something." I get both sides. I understand Ciara, but then I understand Emerald. Because at the end of the day, you can't tell a grown man what to do. But it's kind of like respect the house. I don't know, but that was too much. And then what else was I going to say? Okay, Ciara and Jesse. I understand why Ciara feels the way that she does, but girl, if you know that low key Lexi has shared, she has low self esteem, and then you know that Jesse and her, like, it's kind of like Ciara, girl, what are you doing? Like, I understand that's your friendship, y'all play, but it's just like, girl, like, respect what he has going on. I don't understand what she's not getting. Like, gosh. Anyway, that's the end of episode 10. Now we're about to talk about Paige Watch What Happens Live. So finally we see her on Watch What Happens Live. Okay. So this timeline, she was on Watch What Happens Live April 23rd, 2025. So Paige episode. So of course Andy asked her about Craig. So pretty much while she was on there, Andy asked her about Craig, Southern Charm cast, Summer House cast, Hannah and Amanda. That was it. So Paige said that she was the breadwinner in their relationship. She felt like that he was being a victim on how she broke up with him, and no, it wasn't a mutual breakup. Then she says no, she didn't want to marry him at BravoCon. I told you guys she didn't say that. Then she says she's dating people, but nothing is serious, and she's happy that he has a new girlfriend. And she didn't want him to defend her on the cheating rumors about her, but she didn't want him to lean into it. Pretty much what she's saying is he didn't have to say anything or have her back, but it's like, Ninja, don't be acting like that she was cheating on you, and she was like, homeboy, I did not cheat on you. That's pretty much what she was saying. And then she was surprised on how much hate she got, but at the same time, she said that people was pretty much giving them both like negative thoughts. The comments that I've been reading about their breakup, I feel like a lot of people is on. What was that? Seemed like I feel like somebody screamed outside. Sorry about that. But I feel like the comments I've been reading, I feel like a lot of people is on Craig's side. But I mean, she said that she feels like both of them is getting equal amount of hate. But I low-key feel like a lot of people's on Craig's side. But I don't know. I could be wrong. And then she says she didn't want people to like go after like him. And she said that she agrees with Kyle that Craig is a liar. She wants people to know that she wasn't leading Craig on and she wasn't using him. She loved him at one point very much and wanted to marry him. It just didn't work out. And Paige was surprised on how bad Austin was talking about her because she felt like they were closer than that and they shared the same humor. And then the audience member asked her, do Paige think Amanda and Hannah are going to be friends, yada yada yada. So she says between Amanda and Hannah being friends again, she said never say never, and it was hard being in the middle between them at the beginning, but not anymore as years has gone by. They share different lives, and the next time they get together is going to be at her bachelorette party. And then she said, and then Andy was like saying, pretty much like all of us, he's surprised that they're not friends still. Like, it's kind of like I'm still beefing, like, or not beefing, but it's kind of like you guys are still not friends at this point. And Paige was saying that they don't really run into each other often. And yeah. And then Andy was asking her how did she feel when Shep was talking about Giggly Squad, the podcast. she has with Hannah. And she said, bless his heart, the poor thing. And then she says that Paige, she says that Ciara and Jesse wasn't together at Coachella. um they were just there for like different stuff, and they saw each other, they hung out, they took a picture together. It is what it is. And then she said that someone asked her, does she regret choosing Craig over Andrea? So you guys don't know, Winter House season one, um Winter House season one, Paige was on there, Craig was on there, and Andrea. Craig had a girlfriend at the time. Paige was single, but her and Andrea, they were talking. And then season six, Summer House, Paige and Craig were talking, but they weren't official. And she was talking to Andrea, but she ended up choosing Craig over Andrea. So somebody asked her, does she regret choosing Craig over Andrea? And she said no. And plus, Andrea's married. So, yeah. And then Annie asked her, did she watch the Southern Charm season? And she said she saw clips of it. And she says that she wishes Craig well in Gwyneth Paltrow way. Because Annie was saying that even though they broke up, they really, like, Craig wasn't really talking bad about her and vice versa. And she says that she loved him and she wishes him well, just in a Gwyneth Paltrow way. So that was cute. In the after show, so on the after show, Andy asked her what is her ideal guy. She said she wants a funny guy, who's rich, good looking, and Italian, and older. And then she says that her relationship with Lindsay is incredible. And he asked her, oh no, she says that her relationship with Lindsay is incredible, and that she takes it with her the most from the Summer House cast that fall. And then Andy was asking her, like, on other Bravo shows, who is she's cool with. She said that she's friends with Sheena, Ariana, and Stassi from Vanderpump Rules. And then he asked her, does she feel like Ciara and Wes going to be friends again? And she said yes, she feels like Ciara and Wes could be friends. And then he asked her, did she feel like something more happened, like with Jesse in the whole threesome thing? And she said no, she doesn't think more happened. And she said if that's the case, they would have caught it on tape. And then they were talking, and then she was talking about how they do theme parties, how they fix the door and all that. And Andy was asking her, anybody, like if she would be romantically with any other guy on Summer House, who would it be? And she said no one. You guys, I was really hoping she was gonna say Carl, because I really want her to be with Carl. Like ever since season 3 of Summer House, I've always wanted her to end up with Carl. Like, I feel like her and Carl will be an amazing couple. Oh my gosh. Like, I feel like they're gonna be an amazing couple. But she said nobody. And then he asked her, what did he think about Miss Patricia comment when she said that Paige was mean to Craig? She said that, I think she once said she was a self-proclaimed biscuit. And then she said, that's what I think about that comment in her. And then he mentioned the whole Madison thing. And she said that she was sad to hear that she was sad to hear what Madison said, but she said that she loved Madison. She thought they were close in months. She said she thought they were close. And then she said months prior, she heard from several people that she was talking bad about her, saying not so nice stuff. And when the breakup happened, she texted her in January not to be, like, concerned, but more on some tea, some gossip. And she said she wasn't looking for all that. And she said that she was pretty much Team Craig. So she said she's good with her. So basically, y'all remember that Madison from Southern Charm. So when Madison was last on Watch What Happens Live, pretty much people were saying were her and Paige still friends, and Madison was saying that um, the, she's they're not really as close anymore, and then she pretty much was saying that Paige didn't congratulate her on her pregnancy, yada yada yada. So that's what Paige is talking about. But Paige is pretty much saying that she loved Madison. She thought they were close. But prior to her breakup with Craig, she heard that Madison was talking about her. And then when the breakup happened, she was pretty much Team Craig. So, yeah. And then Miss Patricia on Southern Charm, she said that she felt like Paige was mean to Craig, and Paige pretty much called Miss Patricia a self-proclaimed biscuit. So yeah, that was pretty much on what Paige said on Watch What Happens Live. I'm so glad we finally got to see her on Watch What Happens Live, because I'm like, okay, when are we going to see Paige on Watch What Happens Live? And yeah, now let's talk about episode 11. I don't know who edited episode 11, but you can tell that pretty much whoever edited episode 11, they were Team Lexi. So anyway, so the beginning of the episode, Wes and Jesse was talking about how Ciara told Wes goodbye last weekend. Wes was giddy about that. It's Short's visit. If y'all don't know Shorts, he's on Vanderpump Rules. Now he's on The Valley, and he was on Winter House. I feel like except for Emerald, we should have got Shorts. Shorts needs to join the Summer House cast. Like, I love Shorts. But yeah, this weekend he visited the house. Ciara swerves Jesse. Amanda, Ciara, and Paige throws a snoo fest party. Girls, they stayed in. Boys, they went out. Emerald is not there this weekend, so he wasn't on this episode. And Paige, she didn't go to the house on Friday, but she was going to be there for Saturday because she needed a time for herself. And Amanda asked Lexi, so are you and Jesse official? And she says that no, they're exclusive. They're not officially dating. So Amanda was like, but does that mean the same thing? I'm with her. I thought being exclusive means you're official, like your guy's boyfriend or girlfriend. But I guess TikTok has a different way of defining what exclusive means. That is so stupid. Are you guys dating or not? Like, people make relationships so complicated nowadays. What the fudge? Like this vocabulary that we don't care about. Either you're together or you're not. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so Jesse was telling the guys that out of respect for Lexi, he told Ciara to like stop touching him. But then he said he's irritated at Ciara because Ciara's not talking to him. Then the guys, they talked about PORN. The girls, they're talking about Jesse and Lexi. So Amanda, Ciara, and Lindsay, they're talking about Lexi and Jesse. And Amanda says that she wants to tell Lexi everything that Jesse's been saying about her. And Paige talks about how she was feeling anxious and now she feels better. Jesse's feelings are hurt because of Ciara. Amanda tells Lexi about what Jesse told her about told the girls about Lexi being a yellow flag. And Lexi spilled the tea. Lexi was saying that really Jesse's a red flag. And basically she broke it down. So basically she was saying that she only told Jesse to stop like commenting certain stuff on girls' posts. Cause she basically was saying that he can still hype the girls up, but don't be commenting inappropriate stuff. And it's kind of like, you can just hype a girl up without saying, oh my God, you're the baddest biscuit I ever seen. Marry me, hard on hard. Like, don't be disrespectful. Like, have some boundaries. And then she was also telling the girls that she said something. What else did they said? Go watch the episode. Like she low key, she said a lot, and I was like, huh, huh, huh. Basically, Lexi told the truth. Like she told her side of the story of what Jesse's been saying. So it's kind of so I said, is Jesse making her look bad to fit his narrative? Then Colin Shorts was talking about kids and fertility. Jesse senses that Lexi is now mad at him. Amanda Page and West gossip about Jesse and Lexi. And then they're saying that things are not adding up. They're both insecure and jealous. And it's really looking like Jesse made it seem like Lexi is the one that's jealous, but really it's looking like he's the one that's really jealous. And the girls, they have matching outfits for the picture, sleep mask, and all that. Jesse worries about Lexi, and they have a talk. Jesse is mad at the girls. He feels resentful. Lexi wants to slow down the relationship, but Jesse is mad at that because he was going to ask her to be his girlfriend officially. And then Carl and Ciara, they hang out. And Carl tells Ciara that he has feelings for her. Now, here's my thing. I feel like Carl and Ciara would make a cute couple, but like I told you guys, I really want Carl to end up with Paige. Like, I want him to end up with Paige. Like, I feel like Ciara and Carl, they'll be a cute couple, but it's just like, I'm gonna say this. Out of Carl and Jesse, I'd rather Ciara date Carl than Jesse. I really do not want her and Jesse to date. But like I said, Carl and Ciara, they'd be a cute couple, but I really want her to date. I don't know. Like Ciara, I'm glad she played it smart. Like, she doesn't want to date anybody from the house anymore. She wants to like meet somebody outside the house. But I don't know. But okay, hold on. Let me continue. Okay, yes. And Lexi checks in on Paige, like why she didn't come to the house on Friday. And then her and Lizzie were talking about, no, then her and Paige were talking about Jesse and Lexi and how they're weird and stuff. And then Jesse and Wes, they talk, and Jesse is pretty much telling Wes that he feels like that the girls snitched on him, the girls are not really his friends, yada yada yada. And then Lexi and the girls, they gossiped about her and Jesse's talk. Then episode 12. So Carl expresses his feelings for Ciara, but she kindly, you know, declined him. And it was so cute though, like how he expressed his feelings for her. That was so cute. But he understood what she was saying, and she was flattered. But yeah. Okay, Jesse talks to the girls. Jesse made a comment saying that he only told Ciara about like if he was in the house with if he came to the house first. You know the whole what I told y'all, like he pretty much asked Ciara if he was in the house before West, would she like talk to him instead of talking about something like that. And Jesse said that he only said that because to clear the air for her and Wes, and he said it because he was feeling pity for her. So Ciara heard that and she cussed him out. So yeah, so Ciara is still mad at Jesse. And Lexi and Shorts, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like Lexi and Shorts will make a cute couple. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they are making a cute couple. But yeah. And then Ciara told the girls about Carl and how Carl said that he has feelings for her. And that Ciara says that she's done with Jesse Solomon. She says F Jesse. Colin Shorts talking about how they want kids and sad that they don't have kids right now. Gabby and Lindsay checks in on Jesse. No, Gabby and Lindsay checks on Lexi because she was crying in her room, talking on the phone with her sister. The guys, all the boys went outside and watched Zootopia on the trampoline. The girls and Shorts talk. So Shorts went upstairs to talk to Paige, Ciara, and Amanda. because he was about to leave the house. And Lexi wants to talk to Jesse in front of everybody to clear the air. So it's no more he said, she said in the game of telephone, like all that. And then most of the game talked to Jesse and Lexi in a group, like group therapy. But Jesse kind of shut down. Lexi said that she doesn't want to date him, and she said that she doesn't want to be exclusive anymore. And Jesse, his feelings are hurt, and he said that he disagrees with Lexi's feelings. He doesn't understand why Lexi feels the way that he does. He said pretty much that he was venting to the girls and West about her, and she took it the wrong way. I feel like Jesse was venting yet talking. I feel like he was doing both. I feel like he was talking about Lexi and he was venting. But I don't know. And is that else? Is that it? Oh. And Lizzie and Danielle went to Lizzie with her doctor's appointment. Jesse come. Jesse talked to Lexi at her house. Amanda and Kyle have lunch and talking about having kids or not. Kyle has to take a fertility test because his testes are working overtime, and And Amanda says that she doesn't know if she wants to have kids anymore. And she says that some days she wants to have kids, some days she doesn't. And then Kyle is worried because he said they've been married for 3 years and his dad is 81 and they still don't have kids. So Kyle is worried, and yeah. So that was the end of episode 12. Okay, and one more thing. I'm sorry, you guys, that this video is so long, but I just want to get everything in. I'm going to hurry up. So Ciara was on Watch What Happens Live April 30th, 2025. So Ciara responds to what Jesse says about saying that comment about her being pitied. And she said that she didn't like that he did that. She said she doesn't need pity. She's good. Then she feels like that Amanda and Kyle should wait to have kids. Ciara said that she liked Carl Ciara said that she did have feelings for Carl seasons 5 and season 6. And she said that her and Paige never talked about Paige and Carl making out season 3. And she said that she likes Carl's size. And she said that she's not spinning the block on Luke. And you guys don't know, Luke was on Summer House season 4, 5, and 6. But Luke kind of introduced Ciara to the show and to the friends. And Ciara and Luke, they were pretty much each other's exes before they got on the show. She said that they're good friends. She said that they're friends, and she says that she wishes him the best, but she is not going to spin the block on him. And she says that, and she talked about her and Jesse seeing each other at Coachella. She said that her and Jesse were there for like work stuff, and they took a picture, hung out a little, and whatever. And then she said to clear the rumors that they did not skip Lexi's birthday to hang out with each other. They didn't happen. And then they played a little game. She said Jesse has the biggest ego. Paige is closer to Hannah, but really she's close with both. She says that Paige is close with Amanda and Hannah, but Paige is probably closer to Hannah because they work together and stuff. And then Ciara says the biggest catch is Paige, and she said the most two-faced is West. And she says after the reunion, she sees a path forward with West, and she said that she sees them being cool, but they're not gonna be best friends. And she said that Jesse Shabbat dinner was the best dinner of the season. So yeah, you guys, that was a lot. That was a mouthful, but yeah, sorry you guys that this is a long video. I just didn't want to like tell you guys this. But yeah, comment down below what you guys think, because it's a lot of stuff going on Summer House. And like I said, if you guys haven't been watching, y'all are missing out. But make sure you guys watch Summer House because it comes on Bravo Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. And it's on Peacock if you want to see the past seasons and all that. And make sure you guys watch my other Summer House videos. Show love to the rest of my Summer House videos, okay? But, yeah. But I hope you guys like this video. Make sure you like or dislike, thumbs up or thumbs down, comment. Please prepare to subscribe. Turn your post notification bell so you can know when my next video is going to be here, okay? Follow my Facebook at Pinky. It's Pinky space Pinky. And follow two of my Instagrams, one at Show the Pinky and the other at Pinky Bears 00. And like my saying goes, let's smile, be your style. Don't worry, be happy, okay? This your girl Pinky, Pinky, and I'm so fly.